Okay, we here. All right, y'all. Look, make sure I sound good. See what's going on. Camera. Okay. I don't like that. I'm gonna take this off. I don't like that. I like the microphone to be uncovered. Okay. What's up, man? It's your boy Damo. You know the vibes. Do Kaze Kage. Let me make sure I'm sitting up right. Make sure my shirt. Okay. Make sure. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Make sure all my shit's together. Um. Yeah, like I was saying, it's your boy Damo. No hookah tonight, but it is what it is. Anyway, Do Kaze Kage on TikTok, Dom.ooo on Instagram, and the podcast has an Instagram as well. Let's take it there, pod. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, here we are. This is week 2 of this new podcast. So yeah, week 2. Um, so grateful and blessed by all the feedback and the different things that I got from last week's pod, as well as the just the love and support that I got from the posts and stuff I made this week. So shout out to y'all, thank you. Um, so like I said, we're gonna have segments, and first segment is going to be mental health. I think it's very important that I lead this with mental health, especially with the climate of how the world is going right now, and I think it's very important that we do more for that, for sure. So, my mental health tip for the week, something that I choose that I'm going to try to take advice of as well as give it out. So, I was reading this article and I was thinking about like how important it is to how do I put this? How important it is to love yourself, and like how important uh self-esteem and self-confidence is, especially with just the climate of how things are, and not us not doing enough for ourselves and taking ourselves into consideration. So I read this article and I would like to share it with you guys. Let's see if I got this pod on here. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So here's a couple of steps to feel better about yourself. According to Mayo's Clinic, and they have a bunch of cited um, sources that they use. So sorry, it's been crazy. My allergies, and it's 70 fucking degrees outside. So yeah, but um, recognize situations that affect self esteem. That's the first tip. So it says, think about the situations that seem to deflate your self esteem, and um, common triggers might include working school presentations, a crisis at home or work, a challenge with a spouse, loved one, coworker, or close contact, a change in roles, or life events such as a job loss or a child leaving home. And I like this because a lot of things trigger us in a lot of ways, and we do not even think to discuss that or just be more intentional about that. I think a lot of times we get triggered daily, especially with how life is going and how things work, and we just constantly get triggered. Things constantly happen, and it's really up to us to do more for ourselves so we can be better for each other. I'm not gonna read all of them. I think it's like 10 or 15. I'm not gonna read all of them, but I'm gonna read another one. Um, become aware of thoughts and beliefs. So it says, once you've learned which situations affect your self esteem, notice your thoughts about them. This includes what you tell yourself, also known as self talk, and how you view the situations. And that's deep because I'm not the best at how I talk to myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at that. And anyway, your thoughts and beliefs might be positive, negative, or neutral. They might be rational based on reasons or facts, or they may be irrational based on false ideas. Ask yourself if these beliefs are true. Would you say them to a friend? If you wouldn't say them to someone else, don't say them to yourself. And you know what? That's deep because I'm not. See, for me, sometimes I need a tough talking to. I can't. I'm not the person that you. Oh well, you seem to be kind. I'm not that person to myself. I'm more of like a bitch ass nigga. Get your shit together. Like you either like it for real. Like you gonna cry in the Benz or you gonna cry in the motherfucking Honda. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like that's how I talk to myself, and that's not always the healthiest. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the best. So yes, I do think we should do better at noticing triggers and how we speak to ourselves and the affirmations that we give ourselves because a lot of times we don't even know that we being negative towards ourselves and it could be the truth, but it's still negative and you can keep yourself in that mindset if you keep talking down to yourself. So mental health tips. Recognize that your self esteem that is an issue for you. Um, Recognize situations that cause you to feel or sense your self esteem being lacking towards yourself. And also notice your triggers and be kind to yourself. That's really all it is. Life already hard. You're gonna mean to yourself too. All right. Now that that's over, now that's over, we are going to get into the next segment, which I like to call this segment "Losing the Plot" because, bro, we've been losing the fucking plot for so long now. We think we bigger than the program. It's so much shit going on, and let me take this AirPod out. I just feel like honestly, like how can I get my words out? How many more times are we going to lose the plot, bro? It's so many things that just trigger. I just don't understand. Like, bro. Okay, so losing the plot. The segment will basically be me, basically blind reacting to situations that have happened that I've seen either on social media or that I've experienced in real life, or just giving my opinion on certain things. And granted, these are my opinions and how I live my life. But if you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. So the first thing, there's a situation, and this has been a situation with a lot of different people that I know and that I see on social media that they're calling men are thinking that they're the prize or they're sassy because of this, they're sassy because of that, and in reality, it's not even about the prize per se. For me, I think it's about arrogance. Anybody in this world should feel like they the shit, and that just is what it is. And there's no other blatant way to say it. You should feel like you the shit. There is no, oh, I'm a man. I'm supposed to show my confidence. And none of that shit. You the shit, bro. You confident in yourself, you the shit. That's okay. But the reason why women, especially, are saying that men sassy and they think they're the prize is because, now, mind you, I don't really live by societal norms and like traditional shit because I try to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter if whatever works for us. You know what I'm saying? But okay, somebody on social media basically said that they not changing that tire because they got that shit on and they want to get their fit dirty. Like, what the fuck you think this is? And see, the problem with that is for me, right? Granted, my woman need her tire changed. I'm coming in there, fresh fit, suit on, whatever. I'm changing the tire. But if I can't get there, I'm gonna make sure she get her shit taken care of, regardless. But even if that is how you feel, instead of saying shit like that, just solve the problem. You might not be the one to go change it. You're gonna make sure you get somebody over there to change that tire. My people's, me and my one of my close friends, her car was messing up. She called her people's. Bro came out there, got her shit towed, got her tire fixed, and that was it. It was nothing to discuss. But it's like, even though he didn't do it, he made sure the problem was solved. You know what I'm saying? So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And we are, it's this thing going around. People think that, we've lost the traditional male, and I don't want to hear all that shit. Times are changing, things are changing, we are changing as people. And so we have to understand that everybody not gonna like everything, and it's shades of everybody, bro. Men come in all different shades, women come in all different shades. People are different. And until y'all understand that, that's losing the plot right there. Being confident does not make you sassy. Being arrogant makes you it's unhinged, honestly. Another thing, and it's not just for one, just for everybody. Listen to the signs. This is why we're losing the plot. Listen to the signs, bro. If somebody uses shit that you told them in private against you to publicly humiliate you, if someone doesn't think about you, consider you in any way, or consider what something might do to you, or how something might damage you, if someone, when they get mad, they say shit that is just insane, believe them. That is God showing you the sign right there. If you needed another sign, the sign was there. I had to get close to the camera so y'all can understand what the fuck I'm saying. If you needed another sign, it was already there. No person that genuinely cares, I'm not even gonna say love. No person that cares about you is going to publicly humiliate you. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. No, and that's where we lose the plot. Because this culture of constantly taking motherfuckers back and all that, I'm not even saying that you can't work through things and get through things. What I'm saying is, some things you cannot come back from, and that is the thing. And only you know what those things are for you, right? So you don't get to just say and do whatever you want anytime you want to a motherfucker and expect them not to react or have anything to say. That shit's wild. And that's it, all aligns with arrogance and thinking that you're bigger than the program, that you're really losing the plot. A motherfucker will call, like, motherfucker that said I'm big, I'm this, and then turn around big and it don't work. I was just big, remember? I was too big when you was okay. Tell me something. Cause I don't do all that. I'm not even gonna say it's a tight ship, because it's really not a tight ship. I'm not even gonna call it a tight ship. What I'm gonna say is that it's a certain way you have to handle me. And if you don't handle me like that, that shit's cooked, bro. And I get to say that. Cause it's me, right? Cause a lot of times as men, we supposed to just not feel shit, take whatever, go through whatever, take care of the house, dog head. Man, I'm grown as fuck and I have emotions. And as a grown ass man, if somebody make me feel away, I'm gonna say that shit. Hey, and it's never what you do, it's how you do it. I'm gonna speak on it. Hey, I didn't like that. That was fucked up. You threw me off with that. Can we talk about that? Can is there a way we can move forward from this and actually have a conversation that's conducive to both of us? Because if not, I'm out of there, bro. I'm not. I spent too many of I'm 30 now. I spent too many of my younger years constantly going back over and over and over and over again. And see, honestly, I just didn't love myself enough. And granted, that was, I'm not even gonna speak ill in that situation because I still love her to this day, and I always will. But we didn't know what we was doing, and that shit wasn't good for neither one of us. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the best that I could be, of course, but I'm the one who kept going back, so who can I be mad at? And love will make you do that. This is not to discredit what love will make you do, because it will have you doing some wild ass shit if you allow it to. Love is so many things. Love is so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But love is about actions and how a motherfucker treats you too. It's not just how you feel. So yeah, I allowed a lot of shit, but I was also very young and very in love. Or I like you so much that I'm willing to, and that's the problem. We ignore the red flags because we like a motherfucker so much. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Get to know a motherfucker. Be cool, because eventually you're going to get tired of that shit. Now it's been 5 years and the motherfucker been treating you like shit the whole time. Well, now we all deserve to be loved and treated right and catered to, and loved properly, and whatever that looks like for you. But we be losing the plot when we constantly are doing, we allowing people to just do anything and say whatever to us, bro. And that shit's sick. But also, vengeance is not yours. It's God's. And I can say that confidently. But it just be a lot. Cause who do you think you are? I don't even play like that. I'm not the nigga you can play with. I don't do all that. Cause you're not gonna, and I took it for so long. And it was cause I wasn't confident in myself, because I wasn't loving myself enough, that I allowed people to do me any kind of way. And which also in turn had me lose somebody that I really cared about. I just couldn't love properly. It's a cycle. But the first plot, you gotta chill. A motherfucker think they better than you in a relationship. They think they doing better than you. They make you feel like less than. You gotta get up out of there, baby. You have to get up, and that's anybody, bruh. A motherfucker make you feel like you less than. It's time to go. You speak on it the first time. Hey, you made me feel like shit. I didn't like that. And you coming at them on some real grown, like, oh, I feel like and they still not receptive of that shit. It's time to go, bro. That toxic shit out the window. I'm grown. I'm not doing that. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying that it's easy to just let somebody go, but I'm saying love yourself enough to choose you. Two, let's talk about religious psychosis for a minute. I don't even need my phone for this. Cause I love God. I believe in God. I read the Bible. I take his word very seriously. I read his promises. I know what's going on. I'm very aware, right? There there is something going on where people, you have to have discernment to really know who you get your information from and know who you believe in, because there is something going on that is so powerful right now in such a negative way that it's taking away the word, like what the true word of God really is and what he's trying to do. Because in reality, just because you believe in God and vengeance is God, it's also parts of the Bible that talks about holding people accountable, and serving justice to those who do wrongdoings. Because you got to remember that we have a piece of God in all of us. He's shared a piece of himself with all of us, right? We are a reflection of him. You don't judge people like God, but they do still get some type of reprimand. That's just how life works. Every action has a reaction, right? I'm not even saying you take a life for a life or any of that. What I'm saying is there has to be some sort of common ground with justice. You don't get to just do what you want to do and don't get no reprimanding. It just don't make sense. And for some people to hide behind certain scriptures of the Bible to make them vindicated and feel okay with them not wanting to do something about a situation, Now, granted, if you've done all you can do, sometimes you gotta just give it up to God, right? But there are rules and regulations and things that people have to follow in order to keep a continuous society. And things are wrong, bro. Something is wrong. And also, granted, the Bible talks about, even in Revelation, it talks about the certain things that are happening that may look, that can relate to today's time and how things are going. But y'all so focused on the end of it all that y'all not even trying to live to see the end. And that's the psychosis. Somebody said that they stopped being a therapist because they felt like it was going against God. Mental health is so important, bro. And I don't know what God y'all listening to. But if you have to go see somebody to work on this up here, because it's not all together, that should be okay. God not gonna condemn you for doing that. That's not of God. He wants you to live a loving, healthy life and to come to him, you know what I'm saying, and to, love him. And he asks you to just be yourself and come to him. You don't have to be anything else but yourself. That's it. That's it. Like, I don't understand. Hold on. Um, I don't understand what's so difficult about it. It has to come to a point where you have to understand what's really going on, and that the devil is working, right? So if your mental health is on the verge of collapse, go get help. This life should He gave us a life to live. There's a span to live. And whether he wants to end that any day now, he can. But who are we to take that? If God gave you another, he woke you up the next day, which means he gave you a chance to make choices. Always understand that. The biggest blessing you can get from God is the chance to make choices. It's people out here every day who fight for their lives. My mother, shout out to my girl, been on and off sick with cancer since 2023. She chooses to fight every single day. Damn, but yeah, she chooses to fight every single day, and she gets up in pain, not in pain, whatever the case may be, and still makes the choice to live every single day. I went to the gym. A lady was she had a prosthetic leg. She was an amputee. Still working out, still choosing to be healthy, still choosing to get up every single day and give it all she got. And y'all are so obsessed with the end times that y'all just ready to give it all up. Oh well, it's all gonna end anyway. Is that thinking like God? Is that being of God? Because he ended the world in water, recreated life, put Moses on the boat, Noah's Ark. Moses know all of them. Come on, one person from each, one animal, one each, everything. I, you gotta get to that. Of course, there's something to look forward to if you want to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? There's something to look forward to. There's a paradise to look forward to. But I'm trying to figure out why y'all so obsessed with the end time. Why? It's weird. And I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Okay, let's see. And make sure I know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. But yeah, stop thinking about the end times, bro, and focus on now and what you have to do. Because in reality, that's what God wants you to do. He wants you to believe in Him and come to Him in whatever way you can. It don't gotta look perfect. It don't gotta be none of that. He just wants you to come to Him. That's it. Like I just don't understand. Like it just be a lot. I was talking about the Noah's Ark. That was Grove. But yeah, come on now. The flood happened. All that happened. So many more things happened after that. Jesus already died for our sins. You know what I'm saying? And that's not giving you an excuse. Just do what you want to do. I'm just saying. You gotta think bigger than that. That's what God gave you a brain for. He gave you dreams. He gave you imagination. If you had the choice to do that, then do that. But constantly thinking, "Oh my God, the world is gonna end tomorrow. I might as well not care." That's crazy work. Jesus come back tomorrow. He is coming back. I believe that for sure. But I will not. I'm not gonna call myself God's child if I don't fight for what's right and do right and love thy neighbor and be kind to thy neighbor and spread the word of God and spread the gospel. What are we talking about? Whew. Ooh, Lord have mercy. It be too much going on. It be too much going on. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. That was in the book of Genesis. I'm tripping. Noah made the ark to save his family from the flood. You know what I'm saying? He had to get one of everything so he can repopulate and recreate the earth. So, but that already happened. And God said he's going to do it by fire the next time. We all know that. I'm just saying, if you look at life like that, like it's going to already be over, that's not living, bro. You're supposed to live for God. Live for God. Y'all forgot that part. Anyway, we'll get more into that. Probably on the next episode or another episode down the line. My last segment is called Black and Financial. That's what we're going to call it because I want to start giving out financial literacy tips and different trends and things we can follow to better ourselves financially as a community. So, let's see here. So, if you're into stocks, ChatGPT is so free and so real. You can look up so many things, but I'm using Google right now. But I'm just saying, if you're into that type of stuff and you do for foreign exchange and you do stock trading and all that, the trending stocks for this week, they doing more targeted to AI infrastructure. So they got some AI software that's been dominant for the stock sectors. NVIDIA or NVDA. Um, let's see some active trends right now are Dawn Day One Bio Pharmaceuticals. The stream behind volatility and gains. And then they got Marvel Technology, significant price increases. So yeah, look into that. We should try to get into some more black-owned banks. I know One United is a good bank. I heard good things about them. I don't have them yet, but I need to start investing more in the black dollar. A financial tip that I would give would be start saving any spare change you got. I feel like we spend so effortlessly and don't think about tomorrow or think about our future, especially being young. And in reality, we should just save spare change, even if it's $1, $2, $20, $30. Put that up. Save spare. You never know how much money you save up. And also get you a IRA. It's so important. That's the first thing I'm gonna talk about this week. Get you an IRA. Them IRAs come in handy, especially when you start off young. I should have started off with an IRA when I was 20, because they had the most interest on your dollar. You want the money to pay you, get you a Roth IRA account. And I know that now. I still ain't got one. But yeah, be more beneficial to yourself by, investing in things that have longevity, assets, not cash flow. Think about that. And I'm going to elaborate on that more next week, because that's going to go into another tip I have for next week. But yes, thanks you guys for watching. Thanks you guys for supporting me. This is week 2 of Let's Take It There podcast with your boy, and I am signing out.